Okay, good morning everybody. Today we are in City of Rocks in New Mexico. This place is crazy. It was formed by a volcano millions of years ago and it left all these really cool rocks everywhere. It's just beautiful. So we've been here for about a week climbing and now we're going to do a workout. So today's workout is going to be about 30 minutes and what we're going to do is spend the first few minutes warming up, doing stretches, priming your body for movement, and do about a 20-minute workout and then a 5-minute cool down. As you go through the workout, if anything feels uncomfortable or hurts or isn't right for you, just stop and back off a little bit, because the whole goal of this is to be pain-free and to help you move better and feel better, right? So we're going to start off on hands and knees on the mat. And with your knees about hip width apart and your hands underneath your shoulders, we're going to come into cat and cow. Technically it's yoga, but you can do yoga anytime. So inhale to look up, dropping your belly down, and then exhale, curving your spine up to the sky as you tuck your chin towards your belly button. And then inhale again, looking all the way up. And then exhale, curving your spine. And see if you can feel each vertebrae sliding over the other as you scoop your tailbone underneath you. Inhale to look up, dropping your belly down to the ground. And then exhale, curving, chin to navel. And then coming into a nice, neutral spine. We're going to reach your right arm out in front of you and keeping your left shoulder really strong, so you're pushing your heart away from the floor. And then push your left heel straight back out behind you. So you're making your body like a long line. Taking a deep breath, and then on the exhale, connect elbow to knee under your body. Inhale to extend, reaching out. Exhale to connect. Inhale to extend. You do that one more time. Exhale to connect. Inhale to extend. Good. We'll come back down onto all fours. Take a second to resettle. Reach your left arm out in front of you, biceps in line with your ear. Push your right heel straight back away from you. Take in a deep breath, and then on the exhale, connect elbow to knee under your body. Inhale to extend. Exhale to connect. Inhale to extend. One more time making the connection. One more time extending. And then coming back onto all fours. From here, we're going to walk your hands in front of you just a little bit with your fingertips spread wide. Curling your toes underneath you, we're going to come into a downward facing dog. So for here, you just try and push your tailbone up towards the sky. Let your head hang down loose in between your arms. And try and push your heels down to the ground behind you. And slowly walking your feet to your hands. We find ourselves into a forward fold. Take a few breaths here. Let your arms shake loose. Let your head shake loose. Wiggle your butt from side to side if that's your thing. And then bend at the knees, curling one vertebrae at a time all the way up to standing. And inhale, raising both hands up over your head. Glitter fingers of happiness come raining all around you in the universe. Fun fact, this is a big astronomy spot. I'm actually doing this video in the observatory section of the park because there's no light pollution around here. Like, there's nothing around here. It's crazy. All right, so we're going to go into a little bit of shoulder and spinal mobility work. So with your feet wider than hip width apart, we're going to reach both arms out in either direction. We're going to start out with your palms facing the ground, and we're going to rotate your right palm inward, so your palm faces towards the sky, and then come back up, and then the other way. Palm faces towards the sky. So we're going through the whole range of motion of your shoulder girdle, internally rotating. One arm after the other. So this is just to get the shoulders moving, get the synovial fluid. Synovial fluid is stuff in the shoulder joint. It's like the lubricant. Think of it as the same consistency as an egg white. And the more you use it, the more synovial fluid your joints produce. Isn't that great? All right, we'll do one more. These on either side. And then we can shake loose from that. Cool. And then inhale, raising both hands up over your head. You're going to drop one hand down by your side. Sliding your hand down your leg, we're going to reach the top arm over your head. As you kind of roll your top arm back so your heart looks up towards the sky. Taking a deep breath. And then on the exhale, coming all the way up, both hands come to the sky and just switch sides. Doesn't matter which side you did first, we're going to do both sides. So extending that top arm over and then rolling your shoulder blade back so your heart looks up towards the sky. One more deep breath in. Then on the exhale, coming all the way up. And glitter fingers of happiness come raining all around you to make your world a better place. Cool, so the last warm-up exercise we're going to do is spinal mobility. So inhale, raising both hands up, keeping your feet wide. You're going to squat down as deep as you can and try and bring both hands down to the ground. We're going to brace your left elbow against your knee and reach your right arm up towards the sky. As high as you can, come on back down. Plant your right hand down, brace your right elbow against your right knee. Reach your left arm up towards the sky. Come back down. Both hands come to the sky and all the way up to standing. We're going to do that 3 more times. So squatting deep, both hands come down. One arm reaches up, twisting through the spine. Other arm reaches up, twisting through the spine. Both hands come up, and then you follow suit. 2 more times. Squatting on down, finding the floor, reaching one arm up, twisting. Reaching your other arm up, twisting. Both hands come to the sky. Last one. Squatting down nice and deep. Both hands coming down. Rotate your right arm up. Rotate your left arm up. Come on down. Both hands come all the way up. Excellent. Stop, take a sip of water, and then we'll get into the workout. Sorry, I seem to have a frog in my throat today. Dry desert air. Okay, so we're going to begin with a forward lunge, alternate toe touch. Those of you who watch my videos know that I'm a big fan of this one because it gets all of the joints moving. So we're going to big lunge forward, reach for your opposite toe, come up with your hand over your head, and then switch sides. We're going to go for 20 of these total. And again, none of these should hurt. So go in a range of motion that feels good for you. And I tend to miscount a lot. So definitely do your own counting here. Or you can go along with me and it'll be like ballpark 20. And that's about 10. 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. One more. Gets you to 20. Great. And now if you're doing this exercise on a mat, you can stand on the back side of your mat. We're going to do a fold over, walk out to a push-up. So inhale, raising both hands up. Exhale to fold. So you feel that stretch in your hamstrings and your back, and you go like, oh, that feels so good. And then keeping your legs straight, we're going to walk your hands out till your hands end up under your shoulders and do your push-up. And then walk yourself, keeping your legs straight, all the way back up to standing. Come all the way up. We're going to do a total of 5 of those. So that was 1. Exhale to fold, walk yourself out. And now if the push-ups are really hard for you, you can always drop down to your knees and do your push-up, keeping your elbows tight into your sides. And then walk yourself back up. Both variations are totally good. And like I said in the beginning, the goal of this workout is to make you feel better, be stronger, more active, live a higher quality of life, not push yourself until you hurt yourself. All right, that was 3. I'm going to do 2 more. Walking yourself out. Breathing throughout the movement. If you ever find yourself holding your breath and you look like a tomato, just exhale all the air out of your lungs. I promise you, your body will know how to take in more air. One more time. Walking yourself out. Doing your push-up. Coming all the way back up. Ta-da! Next one we're going to do is a lateral lunge. So stepping out sideways, stretching out your inner thigh. We're going to go from side to side with a reach to get your lats as well. So we're going to go for 20 of these total. It'll look something like this. Just join whenever you're ready. Stepping out, reaching your top arm over your head, and then coming up, and then the other side. Stepping out, reaching. There's 2. 3. Always moving in a range of motion that feels good, but also definitely kind of challenging the stretch. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. Home stretch. There's 17, 18, 19, and 20. Great. Coming back down onto the ground. We're going to come into a set of like traditional push-ups. Just, hey, I'm doing push-ups. So again, if push-ups aren't really your jam, you can do them on your knees. Keep your elbows tight into your sides. Push yourself up. If you want to make it harder, we're going to go for 20 total. You can do them on your toes. If you want to do single arm, power to you. I'm not going to go that route. So start whenever you're ready. Going for 20. 1, 2. Think slow on the way down and then fast on the way up. Lots of breathing. And halfway. $19, $20. Oy vey, those are hard. Okay, come all the way up to standing. And we'll come to our next leg exercise. So at any point if you need a rest, you can pause the video, take a rest, but I'm just going to try my best to keep going. So what we're going to do is a reverse lunge into a straight leg kick. So this is a dynamic stretch for your hamstring, a moving stretch for your hamstring. It's also a single leg stabilization exercise. So left arm out in front of you at shoulder length, shoulder height. Right leg goes back and then you try and kick your toes. We're going to go for 10 of these total. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Same thing on the other side. Right arm out in front of you, left foot goes back. Reverse lunge and kick. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. We'll pause, take a quick drink. This place is beautiful. If you ever have the means and the time, come to City of Rocks. It's pretty great. Okay, so next thing that we're going to do is a downward dog with an alternate toe touch. This is kind of a shoulder exercise and upper pec exercise. We're going to go for 20 of them total. Pretty much what you do is you hold your downward dog, and then you reach right hand to left toes, trying to keep your back straight. Left hand to right toes. That's it. Just go back and forth. Total of 20. Start whenever you're ready. 5, 6, 7, 8. You should be feeling the stretch in your hamstring, as well as the strengthening in your shoulders. 19, 20. Easy living. Cool. Okay, the next one that we're going to do is an old-timey favorite from the Victorian era. It's a curtsy to a knee drive up. So what we do is we stand with your feet about hip width apart. We'll start off with our right leg stepping back, crossing the midline, dropping down, and then coming up to balance. So that's the knee drive up. We're going to go for 10 of these on each leg. 3, 4. Hands can be anywhere. I just choose to have them in front of me. But if you want to make it a little bit more curtsy-ish, you put your hands out to the sides. But it's up to you. 8. 2 more. 9. 10. Cool. And we'll switch sides. Left foot goes back, dropping your back knee down, coming all the way up. Oops. Whoa, I lost my balance. See? It happens. 5, 6. If balance is kind of hard, try to look at one thing that doesn't move. 9, 10. Cool. All right, next set of push-ups that we're going to do is push-up to a shoulder tap. So these can be done on your knees easily enough. I'll just show you briefly what knees look like. But if you're on your knees, keep your elbows tight into your sides, push yourself up, tap your opposite shoulder. Switching sides. If you do them on your toes, it's the same thing, only on your toes. All right, so we're going to go for 20 of these, or however many you can do. Breathe a lot, have fun. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try to keep your body level with the floor when you do the shoulder tap. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Those are good. Not gonna lie, they're hard, but they're good. Right. Next thing that we're gonna do are a set of prisoner squat jumps. So I'm gonna show you 2 variations to do this. If jumping isn't really your thing, if your knees sometimes hurt, or you're like, my lower back feels really tight today, skip the jump. But the prisoner component is hands behind your head. So you squat down, you can come up on your toes if you don't want to do the jump, or you can come all the way off the ground and land back in the squat. We're going to go for 15 of these either way, either on your toes or doing the full expression. Start whenever you're ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Gets your heart rate up. Stop. Get a sip of water. Let your heart rate come down before we resume. Okay, let's come back onto the ground. We're gonna do your last set of push-ups. So, last set of push-ups are gonna be diamond push-ups. This kind of focuses more on triceps and shoulders. It's a little bit less about how strong your pecs are, but that does make it harder because you're using smaller muscles instead of big meaty pecs. So, what we're gonna do is bring your index fingers and thumbs pretty much touching together on the mat. We're going to lower your heart right down to it. If you're doing them on your knees, elbows flare out to the sides. You lower your heart down and push yourself back up. If you're doing them on the toes, same thing, only harder. Let's try and get to 15. I'm going to try and get to 15. Start whenever you're ready. If you need to start on your toes and transition to your knees, go for it, but just do the best you can. Think about going down slow and then coming up fast. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, home stretch, 13, 14, 15. Oh. Those are good. Those are hard. I always try to save the best for last. But you can put a fork in push-ups because we're done. All right, last leg exercise for the day. Whew, hold on, let me get my heart rate down. Is single leg squats. So for the single leg squat, it's a balancing exercise. We're going to try to keep your hips level with the floor the whole time you're doing it. So stepping your right foot's floating, you're only on your left leg, hips are level with the floor. You're going to squat down, trying to keep your knee behind the line of your toe, and try and touch your left toes with your right hand. Squeeze from the glutes, come all the way back up to standing. You're going to try and get to 10 of these. Again, if balance is an issue, you can always grab onto something for support or look at something that doesn't move. All right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Same thing on the other side. All the weight goes on your right foot. And you'll probably notice that one side has a little bit more stable than the other. So like my right leg is less stable than my left. Just observe it. But don't judge it. Eight, 2 more, 9, 10. Excellent. Take you all the way down to the ground. Laying on your back, and we're going to come into a set of crunches. So crunches can be either feet on the floor or feet in the air, hands across your chest or behind your head. You can play around with it even, whatever feels best for you, do. But try and keep a good space between your chin and your chest. I'm going to do 25 crunches. So on the exhale, squeezing up, And if you find that this is too easy, you want to raise your feet up, you can go for that. Then just 20, 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 5. Cool. You're gonna bring your hand down underneath your bum. And we're gonna do a set of 20 leg lifts. So your hands are there to kind of support your lower back. And what we're gonna do is try to keep your legs as straight as possible. Raise them up so they're just about over your hips and lower them down until they're just above the ground. Going for 20 of these, going at your own pace. If you find that this hurts your lower back a little bit, you can always bend your knees and then tap your heels down to the ground. But in general, we want to try and straighten your legs, because at the bottom, when you point your toes, that's when your lower abs work the most. Sixteen, 17, 18, 19, one more is 20. Your obliques are the muscles on the side of your body right there. Now a lot of people ask me like, oh, does doing lots of stomach exercises, will that make my belly flat? And the answer is no. Healthy eating will make your belly flat. Lots of cardio will help. High intensity training will help. What this does, oblique work, is it helps reduce or eliminate back pain. Because your transverse abdominis wraps all the way around your torso, and keeping that really strong protects your lower back. So those of us with back pain issues should do a butt ton of core work. So we're going to do our lateral hip raises. So you prop yourself up on one elbow, keeping your shoulder really strong and away from the floor. And we arch your hips up away from the ground. We're going to do 10 of these on each side. So you're trying to get those hips as high off the ground as you can. 6, 7, 8, keeping your shoulders strong. 9, 10. Cool. And the same thing on the other side. Resting on your elbow, stacking your feet, shoulders really strong. Doing 10 hip raises. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rock on. Okay, we're going to do one last exercise, and that's going to be a forearm plank for 30 seconds. And this is going to hurt because there are a lot of sharp rocks under here, but let's say no pain, no gain. So resting on your forearms, elbows underneath your shoulders, you're going to come onto your toes. Ready, 3, 2, 1, and then you float. Now think about trying to push your heels away from you and the crown of your head out in front of you, so you're making your body as long as you can. At the same time, you're always trying to drive your heart away from the floor and keep your belly button tight into your spine. Keep holding strong. You got 10 more seconds. And if you want to hold the plank further, like, go for it. This is our last exercise. 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down. We're going to widen out your knees to either side of the mat with your big toes together and come into child's pose. So walk your fingertips out in front of you and let your forehead drop down to the mat, taking a few deep breaths. And then whenever you're ready to come up, curl under your toes. We'll come into a downward facing dog again. Kind of bend one knee after the other. Stretch out your calves and the muscle beneath your calves, your soleus. And keep that pedaling motion going. Walk your feet to your hands until we find ourselves into a nice forward fold. And then bending at the knees, curling all the way up to standing. Both hands come up to the sky. Glitter fingers of happiness, sunshine, rainbow beams come raining all around you, and ta-da, the world's a better place. Hope you enjoyed the workout. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a comment, or you can send me an email. Sign up for my newsletter in the link below. It's awesome. Hit subscribe. Do all that stuff, because I'm going to keep doing more of these workouts. Oh, and I have the Dad Bod Transformation Program going full swing right now. So if you're interested in doing a more intensive program where we really delve into the nature of habit creation and habit identification, about how to change your lifestyle to be healthier, you can shoot me a link as well. Hope you enjoyed the workout. See you again soon.